In process. What's up, guys? Naftastic here. I'm going to do a quick show and tell because I got other things to do and a video to make, and I'm running behind as usual. So I just want to do a quick show and tell of some works in progress. I've already done one video and didn't like it, and it got thrown away. I had another one that got corrupted and I lost it, so here we go trying to do it again because I'm not a tech savvy guy. This is the Tucson TS81 that I've done a mod on with the brass, and right now it's sort of a satin finish. I'm trying to get a stone wash on it, and I'm having time fighting it and getting it like I want it to come out. This originally had the black carbon fiber in it, and we have now put the brass inserts in place, and come out pretty good, nice and flush and even, and I'm happy with it. But I got a few little more tweaks to do to it, and like I said, I'm still fighting on getting a stone wash finish. It's tough. This has been a bear. I thought this was going to be a lot easier, and I priced it accordingly, and I have spent quite a bit of time getting this worked out, and I still have more time to get it like the customer or like my friend wants it. So with that being said, there's more to come with this one. I did a Kaiser thumb stud addition to this Critical, and what I did is I took some thumb studs that a friend of mine, Berg Knife, sent my way and gave me. I appreciate that, brother. And I modified the Kaiser Critical. I did a flipper delete and a thumb stud addition, and this thing works great. I absolutely love it. Really like the way it came out, and this looks really good. I like that. So that's personal collection. I did another mod on this cleaver style blade, this Artisan Tomahawk. I did sort of a sheep's foot look blade to it. Comes out really nice, and the lines flow with the handle now a little bit better. Really like the way that came out. I did a frag on the TS21, not 221, 21. And I'm thinking about also doing the frag on the opposing lockside scale or frame. So that come out pretty nice and nifty. Forgive me, my hands are dirty. They're working man's hands. I had this one back here. This is the Tucson Orca, the TS84. I thought about doing something with this, but I think I'm just going to hold off. I have been doing a couple things. I am in the process of modding a where did I put it? Somewhere over here. I thought I put it up here. Let's see. I reckon I didn't put it over here. This is another one while we're talking about mods. My buddy Jeremy sent this to me, and I did a button lock mod, and as you can see, I slotted it to allow the button to be adjustable forward and aft. And all I did was take that thumb stud hole and create an on-size slot so it can be adjusted linear up and down. And I could maybe go just a little bit closer to the frame, but I didn't want it to hit the frame, so I stayed off that a little bit. And while it did add a little bit of extended reach, it did move the button from here, basically where my thumb would be, to here. It gives you a little bit more comfortable grip, a little bit more access to it, and it can be adjusted to the sweet spot. But I did that. And Jeremy, that is your 313 that has been modded. And I'm in the process of working on a couple mods for him, but I'm waiting on a piece of equipment to show up, and it has not showed up yet, but it's on the way. Oop, I hit the camera. I've showed you the 81 for Seraphim. I got knives everywhere, guys. Alright, a buddy of mine sent me in a couple knives to mod and work on, one being an Orion Solaris and one being a Pilar, however you want to say it. Both of these were originally flipper deletes, which I've done flipper deletes on both, and removing some scratches that were created from the clip. I was able to do that with some this stuff right here. Works great. This Flitz polish. If you got little scratches on metal, got to be careful because you can make it too shiny and it will still show up. But I was able to remove the haze and the shiny marks from the clip on that, and I did the flipper delete. So now there is no flipper to get in the way. I need to do a final wipe down on these knives before I ship them back out. That's the Pilar. And then what I did, the flipper delete on the Orion Solaris, I also did a contouring of these scales. These scales used to be blocked off and square, and now they are smooth and radiused. I don't know if you can see that, if the camera is picking it up. My lighting is not the best in here, but I did a full radius contour on everything, nice and smooth and fluid. You can see the lines there, and I got it as tight as I could in here with the radiuses because of the ball pivot action. Come out really nice, I think. And that is those two mods from my buddy Winchester. I'll be getting those back out. I also did some for Berg Knife, and he sent in a couple things for me to mod. This is a knife in my personal collection. This is the 255. It's where it had this sort of a tombstone style, almost a fan. I don't know exactly what it was, but I didn't like it. It was nice and sharp. So what I did was I rounded it and made it more friendly. Really like the way that come out. And my lighting is showing all these fingerprints on these blades because they are very fingerprinty. And my fingers are greasy. But that's the flipper mod I did to that one. And then we have the Vandal that I'm getting ready to do. This is my personal Vandal, and I have possibly one going to be sent to me to mod. I am going to elongate this slot and actually make a slot so it's easier to flick open, which you can flick it open, but it's pretty strong detent. You got to get your finger in there just right, and I'm thinking that if this slot was opened up to a full through slot, that it would give your finger more area to bite to open in. And I'm sure that will break in with time and not need to be done, but I'm thinking about doing it. I think it would be a good addition. Another option is to add a thumb stud, but two things happen when you add the thumb stud. Where the thumb stud needs to go, here you can see that when it's open, it's behind the frame, which means the frame would have to be modified, which I think that would be a good mod, but it would take some pretty exacting measurements and precision machining to do so. I think I can do it. It's just a matter of doing it and getting a happy. You see, it's hard to get it open just right. You got to get your finger just right to get it to flick open. So I definitely think this knife would have been a better if it had dual deployment methods, even though LTK did a great design, him and Max. I think it's Max. I probably messed that all up. But him and another avid Tucson knife designer did the work on this, and it's a great knife. But I think some dual deployment, so you got to get it just right, and my finger slips out of there. So I did it great a couple times, and now I can't get it open to save my life because it just slips out of that hole. There's no real bite to it. But that's what I got for you today real quick. I wanted to show you a few things, and if I'm not careful, I'll end up losing this video or deleting it too, because I just haven't had the YouTube bug in me. So y'all have a great one. This is Knifetastic, Rodney. You know me. God bless, and stay tuned. Bye.